Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, we're just gonna put it straight away like this, all right? Utter bullshit. I just saw utter bullshit once again happen in the career of Adrian Granados, and I'm sick of it, man. And it's ridiculous. So, just to give you my take on the fight, and my dad will give you his take on the fight as well. Adrian Granados versus Robert Easter Jr. was a very entertaining fight. It was great. You know, you had the athleticism of Easter, the long, rangy boxer puncher style of him, doing great on the outside when he moves. But then, you know, when Adrian Granados got in close, it became a phone booth fight. And for the majority of this fight, it was a phone booth fight. We were just live. We just got done being live for almost 7 hours on YouTube.
We've been going strong for 24 hours.
So we appreciate the 5,000 plus you that joined us. But I was watching this fight, and, you know, I asked people when I was watching this fight to tell me if I was being delusional in the comments, because, you know, Adrian's my friend, so maybe I was being a bit biased.
Yeah.
But I'm watching it round by round, and I'm saying, yo, Adrian won that round, Adrian won that round, Adrian won that round. And then we get to the end of the fight, and I see the punch stats, and I'm like, yo, I'm not delusional.
No.
He outlanded Robert Easter Jr. 391 to 239.
Yep.
Now, that 239 from Easter would only be significant if he landed a couple knockdowns. But he did not land a couple knockdowns.
Right.
Adrian won the majority of the exchanges. He pushed the pace. He pressed the action. He was the ring general. He had effective aggression. I won't say he was great defensively, because we never get Adrian Granados confused with being a great defensive fighter. But if you use 2 of the 3 scoring criteria that rounds are supposed to be scored on, which is ring generalship and effective aggression, Adrian Granados is ticking the boxes in most of those rounds. And he was thoroughly robbed once again in his career. And look, in the post-fight interview, Adrian Granados was just like, yo, I'm tired. Even Jim Gray. You know, and I want to give massive respect to Jim Gray, because Jim Gray was like, look, Jim Gray, who worked for Showtime, who's not an ass-kissing company man like Steve Farhood. Yeah. He was saying himself, like, look, Adrian, you control most of the fight, and you landed more punches. Was that the plan? And he said, yo, thank you, Jim, for saying that. So, I've made so many of these videos for Adrian. Listen, if I'm tired of making these videos, I can only imagine how tired he is as a fighter of going through it. Mm-hmm. You know, there's only been a couple of fighters that have legitimately beat him with no controversy, which is Danny Garcia and I would say Sean Porter. But other than that, I mean, who's really beat him?
That's true. I mean, he's got that. Adrian Granados got that blue collar Chicago mentality, and after a while, it just becomes frustrating that I almost feel like you're being disrespected.
Oh, it's blatant disrespect.
I mean, this guy, if all the champions that fought him prior to that called his name out, there's a reason why you call this guy. And it's because he's hard, tooth and nails, and he's going to give you a fight. He's going to give you a run for your money. And Adrian Granados has done that. But when you see it blatantly with your own eyes, I personally said, I was just telling my son that Granados, after the second half of the fight, he took over, and he won those fights. He won those punches in the close crunch.
In close quarters,
yeah,
just in close.
Yeah, and to see the copy, what's called power stat, punch stat.
The punch stats, it was ridiculous. Like
I mean, I don't understand how judges can sit there and not see that. I mean, no disrespect to Robert Easter, because he came out and he gave it.
No, respect goes to him.
And the whole thing was for him to, you know, use his range and keep away from fighting in the middle with Granados. But Granados made it a fight. And you gotta see, when you become a judge, you gotta see everything, not just be biased or feel one way or the other. And I'm totally, I'm not upset about it, because it is what it is.
I can't be. I already knew. We knew. I was standing there in the fight.
I mean, it just takes a lot out of the fighter when every time he goes into a ring, and he knows he's won the fight in his heart, and the outcome is always the same. I mean, what does he have to do to actually?
He has to do what he did to Mir Mom every fight. He has to beat them like Mir Mom.
Whether it was 10 rounds or 12 rounds, yes, you right, BT, 12 rounds would have made a lot more of a difference, and maybe it would have gone in Granados' favor. But at the end of the day, I blame his team for agreeing on a 10-round fight, knowing that Granados can go longer, or his management, or whoever.
This is a recurring theme in his career when he fights these dudes from Ohio, like Adrian Broner.
I was telling him, okay, that's fine, but you know what? He's telling me that not to change.
Guys are not jumping up to fight him. They're not.
But change promotional companies. Get the hell out of Al Heyman. And you don't want to do that. You want to be faithful. You like the rest of the other boxers to say, what is it about Al Heyman?
Thank you, Al Heyman.
Okay, so you thank Al Heyman for agreeing to a 10-round fight instead of giving you the 12-round fight. But if you don't speak up yourself, then you're stuck with that, and you have to face the reality of it.
Yeah.
You could sit there and say, damn, if I only had 2 more rounds, I would have finished him off. But you know what? You just went along and signed. And I get it, because you're not getting nobody else giving you calls. So you're going to take that opportunity for making the money. But sometimes you got to take a risk with some other promotional company and try something else. You can't just stick with the same way when you're still getting the short end of the stick, the short end of the stick in most of your fights.
That's true, but you don't know the whole story. You don't know
No,
what he's offering.
I don't know. I understand all that. I get it. I said I think that money's everything, but that's just me. If I was a promoter, if I was your manager, and I don't know my fighter, and I want to throw a rounder, that's what I want. Give me that respect. I fought a lot of other champions, ex-champions or whatever, in my division and in 147. So give me some type of respect that that's due to me. And if you can't do them, don't call me.
Yeah.
You know? And it's sad, but that's how life is. You can do whatever you want, try as you want, and you can be as good as you want at certain things, and sometimes you still get blackballed or hated on or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it all comes back down to the boxer when he gets in that ring. Bottom line, no excuses.
Man, I'm just happy to see the punch. I'm happy to punch. I was so vindicated when I saw his punch stats stuff, because I'm like, yo, I know I'm not going crazy here. Like, he's really piecing this dude up.
Yeah.
I mean,
and like I said, we love in this channel. We love.
I love Granados. Granados my friend, but
and everything, but not just in this.
I
fight.
separate that though.
I've seen other fights where I can really get off the live, and I can't sleep at night sometimes because I'm so freaking angry.
I'm not gonna sleep tonight because
last night I was really upset at Lopez that lost the prospect.
The local fights,
yeah.
local fights.
I was really angry because that. Then I seen some kind of referees make the calls and making then some of the trainers. So, here in True School Sports, we take everything to heart, and the reality is, it's just like life. We have to see how it comes out, and that's how it is. Whether we agree with it or not, it's the way it is. It's the process that went wrong. You're not going to win the process. Go on, but I really truly feel bad for Granados because he's been in the trenches with a lot of good fighters, and he's
a true fighter. Like, honestly, he's everything great about boxing,
not getting respected.
And he never gets the nod ever.
And then you often wonder why he goes to Mexico and fight, all 2 of the fights.
Yo, if I was Adrian Granados,
because why? Why sit here, come here, and knowing you're the devil? But I'm also gonna say again, you choose your roles, you choose your team. You can make changes that might help you or might not help you. But if you don't take that risk, bottom line.
Yeah, so look, I wish Adrian the best. I give Robert Easter respect because, let's have it right, man. There's a lot of guys at 140 that don't want to fight Adrian Granados. That's why he had to go to 147 in the first place. Because look, when he beat Amir Imam, he was the WBC mandatory.
Right.
He never got his shot. He wanted to fight Provodnikov.
Right.
You know what Provodnikov did?
What?
Provodnikov went and fought John Molina.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Well, it's just the way it is.
I mean, like it's just getting ridiculous. We live in a fucked up world where you can literally land 130 plus more punches,
but
in a whole fight,
but boxing
and not get a nod. That's
fine.
That's worse than Tyson Fury. That's worse than.
Okay, that's fine. No matter how you look at it, Brennan, boxing just like life.
It's the robbery of the year.
No matter how you do good things, no matter how good you are, there's always going to be some kind of bump in the road that holds out personal or whatever the belief, whatever it is, no matter how everything is good. And that's how Adrian Granados is. He's a person with a good heart. He puts his heart and soul in the ring. He gives 100%. He gives sincerity and everything. And in return, he gets
shafted.
He gets lowball.
He gets sort of mystic.
And then gets disrespected by.
And then you get idiots like a lot of you guys who will probably my comment section and say, oh, well, Granados he's this and he's that. But the reality is, a lot of your guys as fair fighters are too soft, are too cotton candy, marshmallow, pink cotton candy soft to get in the ring with half the fighters you got in the ring with.
Exactly. You gotta respect them. And you gotta respect Granados. And but that being said, he's got a lot of do a lot of thinking, decide what he wants to do and go to the limelight or continue fighting. But if it's up to me, I'll say bye-bye to Al Heyman and go with whatever promotion comes. I don't care where.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
Just look out for me, not look out for their interests. And I will get a manager that will if I say I want a 12-round fight because I know what type of fighter I am, I'm a tough Mexican bullfighter.
He's an accumulation puncher.
Yeah.
He needs all the rounds.
And I will only fight 12 rounds. Okay, so I might get one fight or 2 fights, but if those fights give the opportunity to win and show your talents the way they should be, you might get another opportunity with somebody else. You've got to take those risks, Adrian. You got to move on. You got to blame also yourself and take responsibility for it. You can't just blame the judges. You've been dancing in that same old song for the longest time, the same results all the time. So, kudos to you. I love you and everything. I back you up. But look, you got to get up every morning, look yourself in the mirror, and say, I made the decisions. I made this team. I did this and I did that.
Absolutely.
You know?
Okay. Listen, I made an observation when we were live. I said that Adrian Granados had the body language and he had the tone of a fighter that looks like he's just ready to do away with boxing altogether. Would you be surprised if, let's say, like, I don't know, in the next 2 weeks, he hung his gloves up for good?
I just think right now he's very frustrated by the way things have been going through his career of boxing, as far as the results of the fights that he felt that he's
It's
won.
unfair.
So at the end of the day, he feels that he's getting shafted. So be it. But if you're strong, you got
And then
will,
you get okay.
you got will.
Look,
You go back.
I'm
in
not
the ring and
trying.
fight.
I'm not trying to disrespect
You know what I mean?
Robert Easter Jr., but I mean, we know he's not an elite fighter. We know he might have had a world title, but we know he's not an elite fighter. So the minute he steps up at 140, he's that's it. He's losing. It pisses me off how he always gets the gift. Always. He got it against Comey. He got it against Shafikov. He got it against Fortuna. He got it against. He's gotten about 4 or 5 gifts in his career.
Right, but I mean, listen, it's, like I told you, boxing is life. Sometimes we don't agree with everything life throws at us, and no matter what we try to do, we never get how we want it to turn out. But that just motivates you to get back in the ring and change things. You have to do something different. You gotta change things around, no matter who you're fighting. And like I said, part of the problem is Al Heyman, and then the other part is Adrian Granados. He picked a team. He agreed to do that. Move on. Take a risk. Life is about taking risks. You take a risk every day in the ring. Or do what somebody's gonna look out for you.
Absolutely.
And that's the way I look at it. And I feel that he's been blackballed enough with all these fights. I mean, I take it too personal, and I feel for him. And he feels like he's drained out mentally and emotionally because
I would be
he
too.
wants the same outcome. He puts his heart on everything, and he doesn't get rewarded for it.
If I knew,
And like I said, I'm not disrespecting Easter. Congratulations him on his win, and whatever. I'm just saying that this song keeps playing on and with the same old dance.
I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of it. I know he's tired of it. But Adrian, if you watch this video, man,
We love you.
keep your head up, man. Still love you.
Yeah,
Hell of a fighter.
Hold your head up high.
Everything right with boxing, that man is. Everything right with boxing, and I just hope that
they get it right.
something great comes of his career down the road, and I'll be supporting him, and I'll be definitely making videos about him whenever we hear news on him. So great performance tonight from Adrian Granados. I also want to give respect to Robert Easter Jr. because he did turn in a good performance himself. And I just thought the wrong guy got the nod. I genuinely believe to the core of my bones that the wrong guy got the nod. The punch stats validate that. And that's what it is.
And a lot of times, you know how boxing is. A lot of networks are biased to a certain fighter.
Steve Farhood.
To certain things, and believe it or not, that has a whole outlook on the result of the fight. And it's just like Adrian Granados says. He said, I knew before I came here. He told the announcer. He told him, you knew what the results were before I even came in here. Before I even stepped in the ring, he said, you guys knew the results already before I walked in here.
Yeah.
So he already felt that, but he kept the heart, respect the sport. It's giving him a lot to him. He gives all his heart and soul, and he still gets the same results for so many times. It's like beating a dead horse.
It is being a dead horse.
You know?
We're not going to be
So
the
be
dead
it.
horse here any longer here on True School Sports. Eric's living with Nathaniel Gallen was on.
Yeah.
No fancy outro because
Right.
really we're not going to be the dead horse with that outro either. Just bullshit decision.
Yeah. Have a good night, guys.